What's going on? What's going on? We back. Motion Sports Talk. Live review of the Giants and the Lions game yesterday. For Luke Cage playing background. We live. Um, well, sorry, my original microphone is down right now, so if it's sounding me different, I apologize. Just had to charge it up. So yeah, man. Yeah, yesterday wasn't pretty, man. It wasn't pretty at all. I'm still not panicking. Still won't panic. Sorry. Um, It's not mean I've seen Lions do so good in the preseason. I've seen other teams do bad or do good, and then their season goes an entirely different way. You know what I'm saying? And right now, it don't really look good for Matt Patricia, but it's the preseason. You know what I'm saying? He's a first year coach. His specialty is defense, and they chose to retain Jim Bob Cooter. And like I said, it ain't looking good. Remember that was Stafford's first preseason game yesterday. Taylor Decker gave up a sack to Olivier Martin. Olivier Martin is one of the best pass rushers in the league. If you didn't know, now you know now. So really wasn't no shame in that. But TJ Lane didn't play again last night. He one of those guys that just might not be healthy. They might have to end up cutting him at the end of the year. All right. But yeah, where can I start yesterday, man? Only bright spot, like the first team, was the Texas route by Theo Reddick. The Oh yeah, that's what the Lions do. The Lions make people look backup quarterbacks look elite. You know what I'm saying? Davis Webb looked elite last night. You know, he looked elite. You know what I'm saying? The Lions been doing that forever. They got Matt Flynn, Hayes, look elite. They got Matt Flynn the contract. Plenty any backup quarterback. Joey Harrington came back with Miami, lit us on fire. He was a backup quarterback, so it happens. Um, Matt Patricia hasn't put his imprint on his team yet. You know what I'm saying? I don't see anything different, from his team. But last night, Nevin, we just showed that we just spent all these monies on these on second corners, and we still ain't found the answer at second corner. Tabor seemed like he fell out the race. Shed ain't no good. Lawson gave up a flag route yesterday on like a 3rd and 20 or 3rd and 17. Um, so the secondary looking for it was it's falling apart the second cornerback position, but that always been an issue. I told you guys to watch for with Gerard Davis. He didn't look good yesterday. Gerard Davis looked like he might not be the answer at middle linebacker. You know what I'm saying? He might have been better rolling the dice with Reuben Foster because at least at the end of the day, Reuben Foster can play. Gerard Davis looking like he can't play. You know what I'm saying right now. And ever since Odell Beckham last year hit him with that crackback, he ain't look like the same player. You know what I'm saying? So he looked terrible last night, man. Zeke Johnson still trying to get with it. Uh, so I'm not holding nothing against him. I know when it's time to really show up and show out, he will show up and show out. But Amir Abdullah fumbled last night. I mean, it's preseason. You know what I'm saying? I'd rather you knock out the Kinks right now than wait till week 1 and knock out the Kinks. But yeah, you know, I'm not really 100% concerned. It's things that you work on. But the things that are concerning is Gerard Davis is very concerning. Um, Other than that, I'm not worried about it. Marvin Jones dropped the ball on the out route. Um, Taylor Decker gave up a sack to one of the best sack artists in the NFL, Olivier Martin. So I mean, you can overreact and say it look good or don't look good, but I mean, you already hear people, it's pro Jim Caldwell say, "Oh, I didn't see Jim Caldwell holding Jim Bob Cooter off last week." I'm not worried about it though. I'm not worried. Let me wake me up when it's the real games, man. Wake me up when it's the real games. I'm not week 2, 5, 4, 6 weeks of practice. I'm not worried about it because it goes both ways. With the Lions will be shredding through these teams, scoring 51 points like the Green Bay Packers last night. You guys will be saying, "Oh, it's just preseason." It's the same thing when it go bad. It's just preseason. It's just preseason, man. You know. But Patricia is under a lot of pressure already. He's under tremendous pressure. I know every day he kind of wake up. He probably kind of wish he went to the Giants and was the Giants' head coach. So many people just hoping that he failed. But like I said, I mean, I'm not really concerned. I mean, I'm not concerned. It's preseason. Week 1 get here, they show up like that. Then I'm concerned. Stafford like he in good shape. Like he lost a little bit of weight. But not worried about the line. Not right now. Not worried about nothing. Because they got 2 more weeks to get it together. If they get together, they get it. If they don't, they don't. What is so shocking about the Lions, man? They've been mediocre for what? For years now. So what is the fear about? You know what I'm saying? I mean, did you buy season tickets and you fear they won't be that good, and that's what it's about? A lot of people just want to say, "Oh, see, we told you Jim Caldwell wasn't the problem." That's what a lot of people want to say. But they retained Jim Bob Cooter. I mean, and Jim Bob Cooter, from what he showed thus far, I don't see no real improvement in the game. As far as the running game, they're doing a little bit things different. They practicing other runs, stretch zones, going up the middle, not the same delays and the same stupid sweep plays they try. They trying stuff different, but overall, he might not make it through the middle of the season, man. Let me say that right now. And Matt Patricia, his specialty is defense, and I said it. I said Terrell Austin legitimately made a 5-star meal with scraps with that Lions defense over the last years he been here. Getting rid of Terrell Austin wasn't the answer though. I said that, man. If you went to believe in this DEFCON 10 right now, if you went to believe in that the Lions gonna suck because of preseason, then we gonna speak on it. I told you guys Terrell Austin is a better defensive mind than Matt Patricia. They should have kept him and brought an offensive coach in. The defense wasn't the issue. You know what I'm saying? They had some issues, but it wasn't the key issues. The glaring issue with the Lions have all been on offense, not sustaining drives, not being efficient on third downs, not running the ball, not being efficient on third and shorts and running the ball, not being able to be tough enough to punch it in from the goal line. All those was offensive issues. Defensively, they played well. Other than when Nada went out, they was tops in the league in defense that year. Last year before the Vikings game when Nada went out after that game. Because the first Viking game, they held the Vikings to minimum points. They shouldn't have got a touchdown either if Killebrew would have caught that pass. People forget how good defensively Lions was early last year with Nada. When Nada went down, everybody started running all over the Lions. And Jim Caldwell, I don't really care if he stayed or gone. You know what I'm saying? But Matt Patricia, I mean, I didn't see it in New England, I'll be honest. And I didn't see it. I don't see it here. I don't see him putting his imprint on his team. It's trending if you believe in the preseason. Remember that preseason is what you see you're going to get in the regular season, which is never true. But if you believe in preseason, then Matt Patricia is just another long list of New England assistants that failed. Eric Mangini, Romeo Crennel, Charlie Weiss, a long list. Josh McDaniels, a long the guy that for the Texans, he ain't lived up to Bill O'Brien. He ain't lived up to his expectations. You know what I'm saying? Bob Quinn never wanted Jim Caldwell here. He wanted to get Matt Patricia, but what he didn't know is his problem wasn't defense. If they would have got Terrell Austin, Aaron Donald, the proper defenders, if they would have got him the proper defenders, knowing Dominic Sue didn't want to be here, knowing they wasn't going to keep Nick Fairley. Terrell Austin was a tremendous defensive coordinator. It was the best defensive coordinator the Lions probably ever had. And one of the worst offensive coordinators you can have was Jim Bob Cooter. Why would you retain Jim Bob Cooter, okay? And he don't know how to run the ball. He couldn't figure. So you had to bring a run game coordinator, a new offensive line coach, just to be able to get the ball moving and running on the ground. That showed you that he wasn't qualified to be an offensive coach, an offensive coordinator. He wasn't qualified. Joe Lombardi, he wasn't qualified. All these guys weren't qualified, but it's the good old boy club. There's no reason why Terrell Austin should have bought a defense. You should have bought a defensive coach here. There's no reason they should have bought a defensive coach. They should have bought an offensive coach or a balanced coach. They should have bought a balanced coach. Terrell Austin was a better defensive coordinator than Matt Patricia was. And that's a fact. That's a fact. What he did in Detroit with this defense with minimum talent, that was a fact. But he got replaced, though, okay? I wasn't mad that Jim Caldwell got fired. I didn't care. But when Terrell Austin got replaced, he was the best defensive coordinator in the NFC North. You know what I'm saying? Easily. He had head coach potential. If they was gonna retain somebody, it should have been him. But last night, Matt Patricia defense, they look better stopping the run. At parts that I watched last night, it looked better. But Gerard Davis, man, he better wake up, man. He better wake up, man, because he looking too small out there. He looking like a liability out there. He just looking like a liability, man. A big, big liability out there, man. And he just looked too small, man. Like I said, man, you might want to just have roll with Reuben Foster now, even though with all the offseason issues, because Davis can't. He's showing that he can't play early on. He's too small to stop the run. If you're too small, look here, if you're an undersized middle linebacker, your ideal middle linebacker is probably 6'3", 6'4", and up, right around there. Davis is 6'2", and he about 238. All right. But if you're going to be an undersized linebacker, you have to be able to cover. You have to excel in coverage. May have been Brian Urlacher, may it be Ray Lewis, may it be Derek Brooks. Most of those middle linebackers was able to cover. Jarrad Davis can't plug the run, and he can't cover. That's alarming. The coverage is more alarming to me. He keeps getting burnt on the same routes. He keeps giving up the inside route. Everybody know the inside routes. You don't want to get those up. Those are a quick throw. They are more. It's bigger window on the inside sometimes, especially in man-to-man coverage. You always want to make the quarterback throw outside the hashes. It's a tougher completion percentage to throw outside the hashes. Outside the hashes, right there. Yeah, the contain Lions always struggle to contain, man. That's discipline. But I'm really not concerned about the discipline because I've seen the improvement with the defensive line from last week. It's just gonna take time. They got a lot of new pieces and old players, man. Zeke Johnson is old, man. He injured. He ain't practiced, so that got to form that report. Christian Jones, he knew. Devin Kennard, he knew. Anthony Zettel, he don't never contain. I don't even know why he on the team. He doesn't deserve to be on the NFL roster. He's a practice squad player, man. They a practice squad player. You know what I'm saying? Sylvester Williams, he a new guy. So everybody across the line, across the front seven, other than Davis and Robinson, is either injured, older player, or they're a newcomer. So when you got all these different news and old players and people trying to catch your speed, you're not gonna have the contain that you usually got, man. That come with time. That come with trusting. All these dudes want to crash down the line. All these dudes don't want to play their gap control. They want to play your gap in his gap. They want to guess. That's all just building camaraderie. That's gonna come with time and discipline. When they learn to trust each other, then I'm not really worried about the gap control or the containment. That's something that comes with time. This is a new scheme. Kennard is crashing down, and so is Anthony Zettel crashing down. Then you got guys that's breaking the top pocket, breaking command. That's going to come with time. Will it come in preseason, and will it show up in time for the regular season? That's something I don't know. That comes with time. It's too many integral different parts. Christian Jones came from Chicago. Devin Kennard is a pass rusher by trade, trying to play stand-up linebacker. Anthony Zettel never keeps contained. He never contains. Zettel, come on, you can every play. Zettel never sets the edge. Oh yeah, that dude is done for the season. Stephen Lunga, he's done. He's out for the season. I guess that quarterback broke his leg. It's they scheme, man. Matt Patricia, man, he got to get together though. Yeah, I seen Amir Abdullah fumble. Yeah, ain't nobody want him. I know people saying Kerryon didn't do much last night on 4 carries. I'm not worried about him either. I'm not worried about him. Stafford had a nice play action the fake to Kerryon Johnson. They rolled him out. He threw a nice ball to Marvin Jones. He dropped it. I think they need to play Stafford a lot more. Of course, they're gonna play him a lot more in the third preseason game, but they need to play him a lot more in practice. He need to practice because them guys are not used to that ball coming out to them. They used to it coming out from Matt Castle. But Jake Rudock was a good point yesterday too. Zettel is good. Zettel's not good. I don't like him because he don't play his part. That's the problem. You got to play your part on that edge. And Zettel forever crashing down and getting faked, and he lose contain, and that's not good. He's not a disciplined football player. Zettel cannot keep crashing the line and keep not being. He's not disciplined in his approach to the game, man. And we don't have a disciplined defensive end. He's susceptible to tosses. He's susceptible to screen plays, wide receiver screens, jet screens, flea flickers. He doesn't play his position. He's not disciplined. I hope Kerry Hyder get back and take his position. He's a depth player at best. I think they're calling basic calls so the teams don't see real scheme. Exactly. Yeah, I agree with that. I agree they're playing basic calls because I don't think you've seen the best, but even if they call it basic play calls, it's just simple discipline, man. Like Emmanuel said, it's discipline. It's play your gap, Zettel. Don't worry about chasing somebody down on the other side. Play your gap. You contain, you keep that outside hand free. You contain your side of the field. Ziggy, you contain your side of the field. Devin Kennard, you hold it down. Christian Jones, y'all hold it down. On the interior, Williams, Robinson, y'all hold it down. Everybody just play your gap. Play sound, discipline, defense. That is what Bill Belichick in New England was built on. Play your position. Not go out here and be a hero and crash on the inside, Devin Kennard, when you were supposed to stay on the outside and come and loop around. That's the problem with the Lions' deep front seven. I'm not worried about the back end. Glover Queen, like he didn't squeak them, oil them knees up a little bit. Tavon Wilson is looking good. Darius Slay, he gave up a little bit. I'm not worried about him. Not worried about him. You know, if anything, I'm worried about Nevin Lawson and Deshaun Shea and the Tease type, but I'm not worried about that neither because guess what? That's been the same storyline for the Lions for the last 3 years with Nevin Lawson. They got to find him a number 2 corner. I don't want Stafford to get hurt in preseason. He got hit too much last night. Well, you got to take hits to get Harden for the real season. He going to have to get out there and play soon. But Olivier Martin, he killed Taylor Decker yesterday. But Olivier Martin is one of the best sack artists. But Taylor Decker should have never missed like that on the play like that. He almost got Stafford killed. So that's something that he got to work on. General G. Berry, when it comes to pass rush, he's okay. But a run stopper, he's good. He probably talking about Zettel. No, run stopper, he ain't good neither. He don't play his position. He got talent, but he doesn't play his position. He wants to be hero. He playing hero ball. It ain't that he don't have the talent. He don't have the discipline. They made Webb look good without Odell and Barkley. Adam said that. And ain't that the history of the Lions? Regular season, preseason, any season, we didn't got backup quarterbacks, big money. Matt Flynn, we didn't got him big money. Joey Henderson came and torched us 1 year. Backup quarterbacks torched. What about the dude from the Vikings? Joe Webb came in and torched us a bit 1 year. Yeah, he gave a Slay call. He gave up a pass yesterday. I don't know if people are gonna talk about that, but it is what it is. Yeah, Lawson been trash. He let go that flag route, but what do you expect? Lawson gonna be your starter, man. I gotta apologize to subscriber. 3rd and 17 on the flag route, bro. And Chris Spielman, I can't stand Chris Spielman, dog. Get him off my horn, man. Chris Spielman, I don't like listening to Chris Spielman. You know, get him off my horn. Yeah, how many times he gonna say it? Let's say that's the new rule. If you don't like it, get out. That's the new rule. You gotta adjust. If you don't like it, get out. How many times Chris Spielman said that yesterday, man? How many times did Chris Spielman say that's the new rule? If you don't like it, get out. That's the new rule. If you don't like it, get out. Like, oh, come on, bro. Shut up. He made me want to mute my TV, man. How many times did he say that yesterday, man? If it's in the rule, you like it, play out. Yeah. Roberts, yeah, he did. I missed him, man. I was watching some of it at the job. I got him home and watched some of it. Who else did I talk about? I didn't talk about the receivers. I mean, Marvin Jones dropped that pass. He got to get that. You can't have that. Can't have that. Yeah, the line is concerning. That's one thing that translates. I will say that. They got to shore that up. TJ Lane, they might as well cut him and replace him and draft another offensive lineman. Because at the point, man, he like Zeke Yancey, but older. He ain't gonna never get healthy. He ain't gonna never get healthy. Let's just face it. He ain't gonna never get healthy. And apologies for the sound quality, probably. My other mic is charging, so I want to say that. Ragnar always gonna look good, man. He might have his hiccups, but he look good. Streetwatch Television, yo, what's good, fam? It's probably going to take a little halfway through the season to see the schemes execute the way it's supposed to look. That's what it looks like right now. Yep. But it improved yesterday. I will say that. The line play didn't improve, but the defensive play, the front seven improved from last week. It did improve with some of their containments and stuff like that. They got to shore up that interior. I said they should have got Jonathan Hankins, man. But, hey, what do I know? What do I know? What's going on, Andre? What do I know? They should have got Jonathan Hankins, but they didn't get him. They went with Ricky Jean Francois. But as far as concerned, the offensive line did concern me, man. We could have ran the ball a lot better. But I'm saying, man, Jim Bob Cooter, man. Like I said, man, Jim Bob Cooter. I want to see what he got up his sleeves. I want to see what old Jim Bob Cooter got up his sleeves this year, man. It's obviously he can play call, man. You know, when the pressure wasn't on the Lions last year and they did that play at the end of the last game of the year, I forget who they was playing. And Philly copied that same play in the Super Bowl. He can call plays when ain't no pressure on him. When he took over for Joe Lombardi, he was calling good plays. Wasn't no pressure, but when expectations on him, he can't call plays. Yeah, Jim Bob Cooter sucked. Yeah, when it's pressure, as soon as the Lions get out of playoff contention or ain't playing for nothing, his play calling it excels. It ain't no way Golden Tate shouldn't have about 110 balls a year in the slot. He don't even feed Golden Tate enough. He don't feed him enough. He don't even know how to get him the ball. Look at Wes Welker. When he was in New England at his height, that's how Golden Tate should be eating. And also, Golden Tate can take you to church. He can take you deep. Unlike Wes Welker, he can take you deep. He can take you deep, but they don't use Golden Tate to his advantage. You know what I'm saying? They didn't use Eric Ebron's ability to their advantage. Eric Ebron is a guy that had 4.5 speed, 4.4 speed, or whatever it may be. This dude, make sure I hit the like button. He has some of the best wheels as a tight end. But how many times you see Eric Ebron go deep? It was the same whip route, the same bootleg, the same cross, the same deep ends, the same shallow deep outs, short outs, whatever you want to call them. He ran the same plays. They never took advantage of Eric Ebron stretching the field. Never. Golden Tate has never been abused by Jim Bob Cooter like he should be. Dude, if you don't abuse Golden Tate this year, well, I tell you, why are we going to keep him? We're not going to use him the right way. You got Galladay on one side. You got Jones on one side. You got Theo Reddick coming out the backfield, or Kerryon Johnson, Amir Abdullah coming out the backfield, which I'll get on him in a minute. You got all these different parts. Dude, you got Golden Tate one-on-one every time. If they double Golden Tate, or they get extra, even if Ebron couldn't catch, they never took advantage of his ability to get downfield. Never. Y'all give me 1 minute. Come here. Sit down. Good boy. Yeah, they never took advantage of it. They never took advantage of Eric Ebron's ability to get down the field. Even if he couldn't catch a knot, the threat of him running by people would have cleared it out for Golden Tate underneath. Same thing with Marvin Jones. Marvin Jones is just a deep threat most of the time. They never work on the comeback route. They never work on him running slots. They never move him from the left side of the field, move him in the slot. Jim Bob Cooter don't have a creative bone in his body, man. He don't have a creative bone in his body. And he couldn't even figure out how to run the ball. His run schemes was misdirections, HB delays, stretch plays, toss plays, no power O, no pulling the guards, no power football at all, man. And I gave him the benefit of the doubt. I said, you know what? Maybe Jim Caldwell was holding him back. It's not true. It's not true. The offense and defense both looked like shit yesterday, both in more holes in Swiss cheese. Hold on, that was a funny comment. It moved up. Most holes in Swiss cheese. I wish you had a linebacker like Mike Spillman. I don't know what you're talking about. Yeah, actually, okay. The defense was. I'm sorry, I'm gonna go on my phone because it'd be moving different on the computer. All right, John Marshall said the defense was trash. Nobody set the edge. No linebacker coverage. It was better than last week. What I saw in the beginning, you know, other than the run, I think it was Galliman had a good run for a minute, but and it was fourth. And they did a third and short, and Jarrad Davis missed the tackle. So yeah, he did miss the tackle too. But I thought they contained, or they discipline was a bit better. But Saquon Barkley would have set a preseason record on him yesterday. On paper, the offense is like a top 3, top 4, need to execute. It ain't that they need to execute. They don't have the offensive coordinator to execute. That's what it's looking like. Jim Bob Cooter don't know what he's doing, man, unless he just hold him back. You know, but like I said, Stephen Farmer say thoughts on Redding and Powell. I see Powell had a good game yesterday. I think um, if Powell is kept on the team, I think you might see Abdullah cut or traded. I think they may cut Abdullah or trade him. I think they're gonna carry Powell. I think they're gonna carry Powell because he can return kicks and how explosive he is in the slot. And on top of that, they carry Powell as well too because Powell, because T.J. Jones often injured and they want that extra receiver too. So look for. I thought Amir Abdullah will 100% make this team. Look for Amir Abdullah to get cut, and then if Powell continues to excel, or Redding continues to excel, look for them. Look for them to keep them. Keep Powell and cut Amir Abdullah. Excuse me. Streetwise Television. Honestly, we should be a top 5 offense this year with the offensive talent we have, and I feel like if they don't win against the Jets next month, Cooter's job is going to have lighter fluid on it. No, if he don't perform, it ain't if they win. I see what you're saying, but if he don't perform and call right plays, then yeah, he deserved to go. We did a video about should they fire Jim Bob Cooter in the middle of the year if he don't get it done, and honestly, they should, but we'll see what they look like in the dress rehearsal the third game. In my opinion, I'm gonna say this: it's gonna be controversy. If they don't perform in the third game, I'll play Stafford in the fourth game, man. Until they get it right. Not just Stafford, but I'll play the whole entire offense and defense until they get it right. You know what I'm saying? But Jake Rudock looked good yesterday. He beat out Castle so far with yesterday's performance, as he should. So that's another positive thing coming. Like I said, it's preseason, man. Matt Patricia could just be trying things out. But the thing that concerned me the most, man, was the offensive line play taking drop off, and the front seven still not excelling and improving the way it should improve. We'll see next week if they can protect Stafford a little bit better. But there's no way that Davis Webb should have got off on a starting defense like that. The press rush got to pick up. The interior play got to pick up between the two defensive tackles and Gerard Davis. I'm gonna say this, man. If these dudes is not gonna play and they ain't gonna gel, go ahead and put the young guys in, man. If TJ Lang ain't gonna be healthy, go ahead and put Terrell Crosby in there, man. Prepare for the future, man. If this team is not gonna be a winning team, they're not gonna pick up the scheme. Play the young guys. Give Walker some time at safety corner. Give Hand some time in defensive tackle, defensive end. Give Kerryon Johnson majority of the snaps. If you're not going to be versed to win this year, or you're not going to be prepared to win or set up to win, go ahead, but be prepared for the amount of pressure that's going to be on Matt Patricia this year. Beefcake Boy says Josh Dobbs, Drew Stanton, Paxton could be possible trades for backup quarterback. I like Drew Stanton and Josh Dobbs. Paxton Lynch was good in Memphis. I liked him a lot. I don't know what happened to him as a pro, but yeah. Ozzy Sincere says they need to keep Billingson. He looks like a Wes Welker Abdullah type of receiver. So does Brandon Powell. That's the issue. So does Brandon Powell. So Teal Reddit. It's only so many players that keep on the roster and to keep on the practice squad. So, and they don't. Like I said, man. When they first came in, I want to keep it positive. When he went out there and got rid of Jim Caldwell, I'm like, all right, that's understandable, even though he went 9-7. But he was the one that had the most highest winning percentage in line history. You know what? But that just tells me that he wanted Matt Patricia this whole time, because Matt Patricia passed up the Giants gig, and they got rid of Terrell Austin. He didn't know what he had in Terrell Austin, man. And Terrell Austin, he had one of the best defensive minds in the game. At some point, Terrell Austin should be a head coach, at some point. But you don't. I mean, if you strong at defensive coordinator, your defense wasn't your primary issue last year. And people can say, "Well, the defense." No, it was the offense going 3-and-out in injuries. It was the lack of GMing, if that's a word, which is not, by Mark Mayhew, not to keep Ndamukong Suh here. Knowing that you couldn't sign Ndamukong Suh, okay, we can't sign Ndamukong Suh. Let's go draft Aaron Donald. Not drafting Aaron Donald, picking Eric Ebron. That's the issue. It wasn't Terrell Austin. Terrell Austin was a beast as a defensive coordinator. And you keep Jim Bob Cooter, who everybody in the Metro Detroit area, every Lions fan knows that Jim Bob Cooter was the problem. Everybody know that. Everybody know Jim Bob Cooter couldn't call no plays. Terrell Austin was making stuff happen with nobody on the defensive side of the ball for him most of the time in the front seven. He lost DeAndre Levy. He lost Ndamukong Suh. They didn't replace Ndamukong Suh nor Nick Fairley. Zeke Ansah had been injured. He got Kerry Hyder in a position to have 8 sacks without Zeke Ansah. His scheme wasn't bad. Tyre Whitehead had his best year at middle linebacker under Terrell Austin. Why did you get rid of him? Jim Bob Cooter. Stafford didn't have a career year with him. He couldn't run the ball. He couldn't get the best out of Ebron. He couldn't get the best out of Golden Tate. Pay attention. Golden Tate didn't start dropping off till Jim Bob Cooter started taking over. That's a fact. Let TJ Jones go. He never gonna be better than third or fourth receiver. Let them young. No, you don't let TJ Jones go. TJ Jones is good. He's just injury prone. So no, you don't let somebody that knows your system that's a good player. He just ain't stay healthy, but you don't let him go for one of them guys. You don't let a veteran go for a young guy like that. You just don't do it. Chase Billingsley won't be as productive this year as TJ Jones will. And that's a fact. You don't let him go. Is sincere. I agree Austin was good. I'm not a believer in our coordinator. I think he looking out for him because he gave him his first shot coaching. Exactly. That's a great point. That's a very, very great point. Yep. They should never bought it. They should have bought in Pat Shermer. To be honest, the Giants and the Lions should have swept head coaches. Pat Shermer should have came for offense. They should have let Terrell offense run the defense. That's simple as it. He didn't do much last night, BJ. He didn't do much. Kerryon didn't do much. They only got 4 carries. They trying to limit his load because of the load he carried in Auburn. But LeGarrette Blount had 11 carries. He didn't do nothing either last night. So, yeah. Excuse me. We're going to move on to the next one, man. But any other questions, man? I answer any questions right now. And he like 70. Yeah, man, it's old. Yeah, he old, man. He old. That's a good point. He old. He don't have no innovation. Matt Patricia better take over the play calling. I read something like that yesterday. That man don't know what he's doing. The NFL to pass him by. He out here running old Bear Bryant plays and shit probably. He out here running Bear Bryant plays and stuff, man. Like I said, man, it is what it is, man. It is what it is. All right, ain't no more questions, man. We went live, man. I definitely appreciate everybody for hopping on, man. Yeah, after every preseason game, I'm gonna do one of these, man. Radio show coming really, really quick. Really, really quick. The radio show is coming, man. So I definitely want to bless you. I definitely appreciate y'all guys blessing me with watching the video and doing what we do, man. Shout out to all my brothers from TBC and more that support what I'm doing over here. I appreciate you guys, man. Yeah, what's going on, Peter Sloan, man? You just missed me. You got any questions, man? I answer them. But other than that, move on to the next one, man. I might go live tomorrow and talk some Lions as well, too. The day after every preseason game, I'm going to go ahead and talk about the Detroit Lions, man. But Glasgow has to get pushed up the middle more. He didn't play last night, I don't believe. But Glasgow didn't play last night, did he? Yeah, he did play last night. I don't know. I heard TJ Lang was the only one out. I wasn't paying no attention, but yeah, Frank Ragnow should be the center, man. Oh, after this year? I was thinking that Jim Bob Cooter might have to go in the middle of the year if he don't get it together. But let's give Jim Bob one last shot. When the regular season starts, we'll see what Jim Bob Cooter got. But people don't understand how frustrating Jim Bob Cooter was. All last year, people just remember the defense. The reason the defense was so out there and so tired is because Jim Bob Cooter kept getting 3 and outs. You know, Jim Bob Cooter, yes, he was the problem, man. He was the problem. I tried to give him benefit. I said, you know what? Maybe it was Jim Caldwell holding him back. No, it was Jim Bob Cooter holding Jim Bob Cooter back. They got to fix the defense, man. Yeah, they got to fix the front 7. I'm not worried about the back end. You know, Neville Lawson going to do what he do. He sucked. So I'm not worried. I'm just worried about the front. They got to sit them guys together, man, and say, look here, this is your area, your gap, you play it. Don't worry about the next man gap. You just play your gap and let's be disciplined and technically sound, and we're gonna win football games. That's what they got to sit down and do. Everybody trying to play hero ball. You know what, Don Bird? Maybe Glasgow is still injured. Maybe he's still injured. I think that might be what the problem is. He's still injured. He should never played last night. But that's been the Lions' biggest problem from the center position, going back to Dominic Raiola. Is getting pushed up the middle. Put Ragnow at center. Put Glasgow back to guard, and let's roll, man. If Glasgow can't handle guard, put Terrell Crosby at guard, man. But I definitely appreciate you, brothers, for rocking out with me, man. Much blessings. Make sure you check us out on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, especially Twitter. I linked all the videos that when we go live on Twitter, when we upload a video, go to Twitter so you know exactly when we upload a video. Just in case the bell icon button isn't working, make sure you hit the live button, man. The link, the bell icon, so you know we're going live. Make sure you hit the subscribe button if you haven't hit the subscribe button. Hit the like button on your way out. We got a couple questions that just came through, and I don't mind answering them. Darrell Davis has to give you veteran coverage, and Larson has to learn to turn his Lawson has to learn to turn his head. Lawson don't never turn his head, and I'm gonna tell you about that. Anytime you playing with your back towards the receiver, you just read the receiver's eyes. It's as simple as that. Read his head, and you'll see when the ball is coming. He just can't learn to do that. And yeah, Davis being an undersized linebacker, we just talked about that. Him being an undersized linebacker, he sucks in coverage. All undersized linebackers are great in coverage, or there are good undersized linebackers are good in coverage. He not. Oh yeah, I appreciate it. I appreciate it. It's sincere. Yeah, I'm about to go ahead and log off, man. Much blessings to everybody else, man. We're gonna continue to put in that work, put in more videos today, man. I'm gonna rewatch the game again in full entirety. Take my dog for a quick walk. Yeah, he need to get out for a walk. He lazy right now. But I appreciate everybody for rolling through, man. We definitely still waiting to monetize, man. It's been over 2 months, so maybe I have to get YouTube a call. But definitely appreciate it, man. We out.